Hi everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. I wanted to share with you guys one more grilling recipe before the end of summer, and today I'll be making my Hawaiian Teriyaki chicken kebabs with pineapple and pepper. This recipe is super quick and easy to put together, and that chicken is so incredibly flavorful and juicy. And of course I also love the grilled pineapple. We're going to start by making some homemade teriyaki sauce with pineapple juice, ginger, garlic. We'll marinate the chicken thigh with the pineapple and the peppers and some red onion. You can either bake or grill these kebabs and then serve them with a side of simple rice. Today I wanted to give you guys some baking instructions simply because I have quite a few viewers that don't have a grill at home, and I do want to show you guys just how easy it is to make these in the oven too. So for the grilling instructions and the full list of ingredients, the printable recipe, head on down into that video description box, follow the link over to my website. I'm going to have everything there for you guys. Meanwhile, let's get started on this recipe. Let's get things started with that homemade teriyaki sauce. This is going to be both our marinade and the glaze that I like to add onto the kebabs later. So we have half a cup of soy sauce. I'm going to add in half a cup of pineapple juice. A quarter cup of sesame seed oil. And a quarter cup of rice vinegar. If I can get that open. Add in a quarter cup of brown sugar, and I have 10 minced garlic cloves. Last, we're going to need some ginger. I have about 1.5 inch piece of ginger here. I'm just going to grate it into the sauce. It's going to add lots of great flavor. You can also use a couple tablespoons of ginger puree. And then give this all a quick whisk, and our sauce is ready. And now for the chicken, I'm going to be using about 2.5 pounds of chicken thigh. I've cut this into quarters just so that it's easier to put onto the skewer. You want like nice bite-sized pieces. You can also make this recipe with chicken breast. Both are really delicious. And then I cubed up about half of a pineapple to nice large chunks. And I've also cubed one bell pepper. I like to use red bell pepper. It's just so sweet and delicious. And I have a little bit of a red onion too. And I like to marinate everything in a casserole dish. Just makes everything super easy. I'm going to drop on the bell peppers and the pineapple. I'm going to give my marinade a stir, and I'm going to pour in just half of it, or about 1 cup, over the chicken and the pineapple. And then just use your hands to really massage that sauce into the chicken and into the pineapple. I've covered my chicken with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to set this tray into the refrigerator. Let the chicken marinate for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Even better if you have the time to make this the night before. Let the chicken marinate for a full 24 hours to really absorb all those incredible flavors. Time to make some kebabs. So I pre-soaked some bamboo skewers for at least 30 minutes. That way they don't catch on fire and don't burn. I'm going to start with some pineapple. A little bit of red pepper. Grab some of the red onion. You just want to alternate between the pineapple, the pepper, add on some chicken. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Just make sure you don't squish the chicken onto the skewers too tightly together. As I'm putting together my kebabs, I'm also preheating my oven to 475 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're going to be grilling your kebabs outside, go ahead and preheat your outdoor grill to about 600 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've lined my baking sheet with some foil. It just makes for a super easy cleanup, especially because this teriyaki marinade, it can burn easily. So at the end of the recipe, I'm just gonna wrap it up, toss it in the garbage. Makes it for easier cleanup for sure. My teriyaki chicken kebabs are ready for the oven. They're going to bake at 475 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. I'm going to take them out of the oven halfway through and flip them over. And then as they're coming up to temperature, I'm going to switch my oven from the bake setting to the broil setting and broil them on high, about 3 to 4 minutes per side. I like to get some really nice color, some nice char on these skewers, and then cook them until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to use this hand digital thermometer and just insert as close to the center as possible. You want to make sure that that chicken cooks all the way through. And while my chicken is cooking, I have a pot of rice going on my back burner, and I'm going to show you how to finish up the rest of the sauce, so the rest of the marinade that we have saved. Pour everything into a small saucepan. Going to bring my sauce over to the stovetop and then bring it up to a simmer over medium heat and let it simmer for about 7 to 8 minutes. Then once my garlic is nice and soft, I'm going to add in a slurry. So this is 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, a couple tablespoons of water. Pour that in, and this will help thicken the sauce. And then after you add in the cornstarch, cook for about 30 seconds to a minute until that sauce is nicely thickened. And then also you'll want to drain off the juices as they accumulate in the bottom of the pan. You'll want to keep the chicken nice and crispy. And with my kebabs out of the oven, we have one more step to do. That's apply our teriyaki glaze that we cooked. Just brush it on with a big pastry brush. Make sure you get both sides of the kebab. Sprinkle with some sesame seeds over the top. And that's it for my easy Hawaiian teriyaki chicken kebabs. These smell so incredible. I love the aroma of that homemade teriyaki sauce. For the full list of the ingredients and the printable recipe, head on down into that video description box. Follow the link over to my website. I'm also going to include grilling instructions online. Time to dig in and enjoy. This looks so good. I'm gonna get a little bit of that chicken first. I also have some plain white rice on the side. And I love having those sesame seeds on top of the chicken too. This chicken is so incredibly juicy, tender, and flavorful. That teriyaki sauce is really like just soaked into that meat, and it tastes incredible. I'm gonna grab some of the pineapple, the pepper, and the onion next. If you've never had grilled pineapple before, you're totally missing out. It is so incredibly juicy and flavorful, especially once it's been marinated in that teriyaki sauce. It is such a great combination with the chicken and the peppers. You guys are going to love this incredible recipe, and I love that it's also really easy to bake in the oven, just in case you don't have a grill outside or you just don't want to be outside in the heat or the cold. Thank you guys so much for watching this video recipe. If you enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up and a comment down below. It's a huge help for my videos, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.